Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Gentlemen, happy Halloween and welcome to Evolution 7 days from New Orleans, Louisiana, one of the scariest places on earth, or one of the most fun, depending on how you look at it. And by the way, our question today, which you can answer in the comments or on the Discord, what is your favorite scary movie? We've been asking that to our Evolution wrestlers for the past number of weeks. Maybe you share Stefford Drummond's opinion that Finding Nemo is indeed a horror movie and is the scariest one ever made. That was a bit controversial, to say the very least. I'll tell you, the scariest horror movie I think is watching this with that clown head in the background. That might just do it for me. Lazzara getting ready to team up with Lazzara Del Sol in a match that was originally slated for Battle at Broadway. It was rescheduled after an injury sustained by Del Sol. But it will happen regardless, and it will be the former Rise champion and the up-and-coming Brazilian against two rookies fresh off the underground. Lazzara's been trying to coach up Del Sol for the past number of weeks, tried to help her get through that injury that she sustained. Let's see how good of a job she's done. Disappointed that we didn't get to see Del Sol at Battle at Broadway. She has vastly improved since coming to GAW, a former Olympian representing her home nation of Brazil. So we know that she has the athletic background, but what she has improved upon is her wrestling IQ. We know that her athleticism has led her into lots of great positions, but it's all about how do you convert, how do you plan ahead, how do you string those athletic moves together. That is what she has improved so much upon, and we're finally going to get to see it.
The eagle is mine.
Halloween-inspired entrance for Ava, the rookie, less than 2 years of experience on the underground for Ava, and making her GAW debut. But the scouts and coaches in the GAW Academy, when they were evaluating, one of the things they said was that she has maturity well beyond her years. You can tell already that she understands the finer art of intimidation, something that has become so widely renowned of many wrestlers in GAW, specifically on Evolution. Those sorts of mind games have become very widely used. We'll see some later on as well. Isis has a long and storied and decorated history on the underground. And you can see a big part of that is the size that she brings to the table and the strength to match. She was widely considered the strongest woman on the underground, and that has helped her rack up over a dozen titles across her career. So teaming up with Ava, they've known each other, they've worked together. This will be interesting. This is the first of our 5-match slate here on 7 days. Coming up in the main event, Kurt Andrews will put the Apex title on the line for the first time against Max Ultimate. Ramon Gutierrez puts the Raw title on the line against, Omega Woods puts the Raw title on the line against Ramon Gutierrez. MidNight and Kendrick Gore lock horns in an underground match, and Derrick Cole gets his hands on LVC for the first time in a street fight. He'll take on Jacob Ace. You can see the size of Isis. Lazzara was probably the strongest woman in Evolution before, but you can see the size disparity and just how good Isis is. Beautiful suplex off the single underhook. 2 count. Lazzara will tag in Martina Del Sol. Here comes the Brazilian, giving up a lot of size to Isis. She doesn't care. The aggression from Del Sol, evident immediately. Frequent covers from the veteran pair. Ava and her speed was there to break it up, and Del Sol going right back on the attack. Referee jettisoning Ava from the ring. Yet another cover from Del Sol. It's a 1 count. Isis surprising quickness back to her feet. Del Sol going low. Answered back by the underground vet. And now Isis using her strength. Discus right hook. This is a very polished tag team match by 4 women that haven't ever teamed together. So you can tell the wrestling IQ is on full display, and Del Sol able to get out of the way of that elbow drop from Ava, but Ava feeling the adrenaline of her first GAW match. Evolution has quickly become the go-to promotion across the entire underground. And so you can tell how much it means for Ava and Isis to be making their debuts here. And against these women as well, Martina Del Sol, a semi-finalist in the Storm Chaser tournament. Lazzara, former Rise champion, covered from Ava and a kick out. So Ava and Isis are in here with some big-time women. Del Sol, big kick to a grounded Ava, tag in. Here comes Isis. Isis trying to take things slow around Del Sol, knowing what the speed can do if Del Sol is able to get ahead of her. And Martina not going to waste any time, ducks underneath the kick. What a jump by Martina Del Sol. The vertical on the Brazilian. Tag in. Here comes the former Rise champion, Lazzara, off the ropes and a missile drop kick. The GAW veterans making themselves known in this match. Cover or no? Welcome to GAW, Isis. Tag in, here comes Del Sol. Isis back to her feet. Isis trying to guard away from the speed of the former Olympian. And now Isis going to use her power. Boy. Vicious knee strike and tag in. Ava fresh on the apron. Now she's fresh in the match. Frequent tags are the strategy here for the rookie team. Ava takes down Del Sol. Cover with the leg. Del Sol kicks out at 2. I think Isis probably had the advantage, but they want to go with the frequent tags. And so far, the even matchup has benefited the GAW team of Del Sol and Lazzara. The rookies trying to answer back and doing it with Ava's athleticism. Ava takes down Del Sol with a thrust kick right to the jaw. Tag in, here comes Isis. It's the first real bit of momentum for the rookie team, and Isis goes right in to follow it up with a cover. Lazzara able to break things up. Now Ava and Lazzara tied up. Isis going for what looked like a 360 code breaker. Del Sol out of the way, but she eats a springboard forearm from the massive Isis, who somehow has that level of athleticism even at her strength and size. The rookies have taken over. But Isis tags in Ava, and again, this is where the inexperience comes in. You may have gotten together and made this game plan knowing this match was going to happen, but Isis had all the momentum. She probably should have stayed in. Ava, though, unleashing. Another kick, double foot stomp, punt to a seated Del Sol. And now Ava has taken over. Ava, Del Sol into the power slam position, but it's a DDT! Red eye from Del Sol! She turned it around on Ava. Isis is there to break things up. Martina Del Sol turns things around into the red eye. Now she jettisons Isis. Del Sol has Ava alone in the ring. Martina Del Sol has single-handedly turned this match around. And here comes Lazzara. Great tag for Martina Del Sol, and Lazzara with a spinning kick knocks Ava unconscious. Isis is there. That match would have been over, and now Del Sol takes Isis out of the competition. Lazzara going up top. Ava's in the drop zone. Lazzara with a moonsault. A throwback to Lazzara's old coach, the GAW legend Lita. Del Sol handling Isis on the outside, while Lazzara choke slam to Ava. The veteran GAW pair has dominated. Lazzara, Del Sol. Del Sol and Isis still going at it on the outside. What an opener. Lazzara and Martina Del Sol collect the win over the rookies. What a performance. But Del Sol and Isis, pay attention to those two. Looks like they got into some extracurriculars after the match. Gutierrez earned his spot in this match by defeating Ulysses Sky and Xavier Cross back-to-back. Omega Woods promised him that he would have an opportunity to win this thing, or an opportunity rather to fight for the Raw title, and that's exactly what Ramon did.
Money I be making, I'ma burn them, I'ma murk them. And if they playing with this fire, I'ma burn them. Murder, it's a murder. Disrespect this time I spark it, I'ma burn them. And I be searching, I be lurking, I'ma hurt them. And all these bridges that I'm building, I'ma burn them. Burn them, burn them. All this money I be making, I'ma burn them. Burn them.
Woods coming out with some swagger here as the Raw champion, and why shouldn't he? He defended it, or he won it from Lancelot and Santanico. He should absolutely be feeling good about himself right now. I wouldn't imagine that this will last, but I think for at least one time, Woods wants to bask in the fact that he is maybe the greatest wrestler on earth after what he did in the main event of Battle at Broadway. Omega Woods had arguably the biggest win of his entire career when that was on the line. But can he hold it past today? Woods allowed Gutierrez, arranged for Gutierrez to fight in this exact match. Gutierrez earned his way in. So now Omega Woods has to prove that he is on the level of Santanico or Midnight. He can choose his opponents the way they did. And immediately a 1 count. Ramon Gutierrez, that is the look of a man who has just comprehended who he's in the ring with. It's all well and good to watch film of Omega Woods. It's another thing to step in there with him. And you know the kind of man you're dealing with. Gutierrez gonna fly with the moonsault. Omega Woods saw it coming, drop kick. Gutierrez out of the way of that one. And Ramon with a DDT. Woods obviously knows who he's dealing with as well. Gutierrez, the athleticism. He tried to go for it there. Omega Woods ducks underneath. Now Woods answers with some athleticism of his own. Woods out here schooling the young man in this Raw title match. Woods with a backstabber. We saw that a couple times from Roddy Strong. He calls it the end of heartache. He used it to become the World Championship #1 contender. A reality which, by the way, Adam Cole did not acknowledge. So make sure you subscribe and tune in to Friday Night Storm every Friday here on GAW to find out how that all goes down. Woods has taken over here, outlasting Gutierrez in his initial burst of athleticism. Double backstabbers from Omega Woods. Cover. Gutierrez now kicks out at 1, and Woods a little surprised. Gutierrez showing why he deserves to be in this match. Yes, he earned it. But it's another thing entirely to be able to compete with one of the greatest wrestlers on planet Earth. Gutierrez certainly doing that now. His Ultimate Flight partner, Max Ultimate, will be in action in the main event, taking on Kurt Andrews. Both men have improved leaps and bounds since their rookie years. And we're seeing it here. Woods, what a powerful kick. Takes Gutierrez down, and now Woods lights him up. Big kicks right to the chest. Omega Woods taking advantage. Roundhouse to a ground, and Ramon Gutierrez. Omega Woods in brutal fashion is taking Gutierrez down, and Omega Woods outlasts the young luchador. Ramon Gutierrez certainly showed up, and he showed out here against Omega, but it's just not good enough, as almost nothing really is against Omega Woods. Truly one of the best there is. Jacob Ace, half a pretty bad deal and a representative of the Las Vegas connection, and also a very rich man now after costing Derrick Cole the Apex Championship. Certainly thinks highly of himself, and to be fair to him, he has been one of the most influential men of Season 3 so far. He defeated Eddie Hernandez in singles competition, becoming one of the few men to ever be able to say he did that. That was one of the biggest upsets of the year, and then of course, as I mentioned, he did cost Derrick Cole the Apex Championship at Battle at Broadway, and became a lot richer for doing it. I don't know exactly how much he made, Marco Diaz won't say. All I do know is the muscle of the Las Vegas connection is behind him. However, the momentum is all behind Derrick Cole and his brother Eric.
fuck 'em. Birds of a feather. They flock together, they make you a sucker. I don't fuck with nobody. If you ain't mob tied, then it's fuck you. I want numbers, some money.
Look at Derrick Cole's new outfit here today. Apparently taking a page from his brother's playbook. His brother Eric came out wearing some, you can see the HTO logo there on Derrick Cole. Eric was coming out with that as well. Derrick and his brother, they're both Hollywood, but they are tough SOBs. And Derrick Cole will need to be in this street fight against Jacob Ace. But if there's one thing we know about Derrick Cole, it's that he is a bad man. He can take a punch just as well as anyone. So the fact that all the Hollywood logos and everything else, it's more just to lull his opponents into a false sense of security. Jacob Ace will be making a very big mistake if he thinks that he's gonna get out of this match without a scratch, because Derrick Cole is as gritty, as tough, and as ruthless as they come. And Cole showing it early with a big splash on the Ace's back. So no Eric accompanying the former Apex champion here. I would bet that that's strategic. Eric back there trying to make sure the Las Vegas connection does not get involved on behalf of Jacob Ace. This street fight, the rules are very simple. Pinfall or submission inside the ring. Other than that, anything goes. Who will be the first to go for a weapon, or will it happen? We saw a trend last season in GAW. Matches like this where sometimes guys wouldn't even go for weapons. It was a mental game, a statement that they like to make. We'll see if either of these men employ that strategy. Jacob Ace, as I mentioned, shockingly upset Eddie Hernandez earlier on. This is obviously a much more emotionally involved match than that one was. Powerbomb attempt countered. Ace with a back body drop and immediately taunting Derrick Cole. That would warrant a 15-yard penalty in one of Derrick Cole's former careers, and Cole, this time, just goes for the suplex instead. Probably preferable. 2 count for Cole. Cole again taken to the skies, this time with a springboard leg drop. Derrick Cole, a 3-sport professional athlete. One of the best athletes in the world. And he's showing it here against Jacob Ace. You can see how tough he is. Talking about Cole, and he is ruthless. Numerous stomps and targeting the head of Ace. Again, no weapons as of yet. This is some sort of statement here, and Cole's been too busy beating Ace up to even think about going for weapons on the outside. Many stomps to the man from PBD, but still only a 1 count for Jacob Ace. Cole going right back on the attack again. No thought, no attention paid to the fact that he can go out and get some weapons. Could that be an opening for Jacob Ace? So he went to the throat. Good strategy from Ace, and turns him around with a reverse suplex. And it will be Jacob Ace who's out first and going underneath the ring. Derrick Cole sees what's going on. Cole taunting Ace, telling him to get back in the ring. And Ace makes him pay for that. Singapore cane shots to the head. Cole's not going down. Jacob Ace shatters the cane over Derrick Cole's head. But Derrick Cole somehow with the Cole cut. Are you serious? The toughness of the former champion. It's a 1 count from Ace. Cole went over the top with the Cole cut. Jacob Ace kicks out at 1. These men are unbelievable. Cole going up top. Ace in the drop zone. Cole with the spinning splash. Incredible athleticism. Takes a page out of Marco Diaz's playbook with that leg drop. And now Cole Gets Ace into the corner. Derrick Cole, Irish whip off, and Ace into the other corner. Cole with a big time punch. Jacob Ace, his right hand duck. Cole with a spear. The sheer speed and power behind that for Derrick Cole. Derrick Cole gets the win. Not a single weapon shot to be found by the former Apex champion. He just ate 5 kendo sticks to the head and comes back and dominates this match. You think Derrick Cole is putting anything behind him? You think it's forgive and forget for Derrick Cole? I don't think so. His brother Eric did a great job of keeping LBC away, and Derrick Cole walked out with a huge win. Takahashi, the Rookie of the Year. We welcome the 2022 Rookie of the Year to Evolution 7 days. Congratulations to him. Here's how he did it. If you missed the Rookie of the Year live finals, Takahashi went in against Ryan Skinner, who had won 9 matches in a row, and Takahashi used his striking and his toughness to get the win, and now you can see he's coming out with that powder blue. Takahashi repping Rookie of the Year and Evolution, where he now has a contract. We're going to honor Takahashi here in his new home, Evolution General Admission Wrestling. And who backstage is watching this, thinking that they're gonna have to go up against this monster at some point. Takahashi stood above 11 of the best rookies on earth, and he's earned his spot. May I have everyone's attention, please? Well, most importantly, you, sir. Takahashi, I would like to congratulate you on your dominant wire-to-wire victory in the Rookie of the Year tournament. Your striking prowess is already legend, and your wrestling mind is truly unmatched. It was an honor and a privilege just to watch you compete, and may I say, you will make a fine addition to the Evolution roster that already contains the best competitors in the world. Mr. Takahashi, you may call me Mr. Sinister, an interested party in this incredible game of ours, and I think that I can help you, sir, reach greatness. I can see you gaining victory, fame, fortune. I can elevate you to the mountains occupied by the greats. I can show you that being a little sinister can take you a long way. All you have to do is make a deal with Mr. Sinister. Sounds a bit ominous. I understand how this may appear. You must be getting inundated by various wannabes and hangers-on, but I can assure you that I am none of those people. They say what is good for the goose is good for the gander, but they are wrong. You see, when the goose is golden, he is good for everyone forever. And I believe you are golden, my friend. And I believe that you have a golden future whether you come with me or not. But you may consider me an insurance policy that should your future look bleak, should you begin to believe that you are not fulfilling your potential, I will be there to help. Thank you for your time. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And I look forward to our counsel, Master Takahashi. I don't know how I feel about this Mr. Sinister character. I mean, he hasn't shown up before, and now he's trying to get involved with Takahashi. Who even let him in the building? I don't know. Takahashi will certainly be getting more and more of things like that as more people come to realize that he is a star for the future, and very possibly a star right now. We will be eagerly awaiting his Evolution debut. Meanwhile, we've arrived at our semi-main, and it's an underground match, MidNight. Coming out looking like something straight out of the Headless Horseman. Scary as always, but we have not seen Scary just yet. Horror on a level I don't think we've experienced in GAW before. Look at this man, Kendrick Gore, coming off an absolute destruction of Joshua Moore last week. And somehow it's even scarier now. Oh God, that's terrifying. Kendrick Gore and Lady Victoria have combined to make one of the most fear-inducing walks to the ring I have ever seen. MidNight, cool as ever, just as we'd expect from the former Raw champion. Someone like MidNight would not be intimidated even by this. And Kendrick Gore facing down the former Raw champion, you can see has donned the left shoulder protection again that he wore for all of last season to cover for some injuries that he sustained, which may have been exacerbated by Kendrick Gore's attack during MidNight's match a few weeks ago. Igris now boasts a win over the former Raw champion because of that. MidNight rolling guillotine, Kendrick Gore able to free himself. And now Gore trying to take advantage of this somehow. Gore able to go outside the ring and tries to launch himself back in with a spear. MidNight somehow saw it coming. I don't know how. How could he have expected that to come? Springboard moonsault. Gore up out of the way. Huge elbow strike, and Kendrick Gore back on top. Gore wearing the claws that Frankie Omega Jr. has made famous over on Rookie of the Year. MidNight able to get out of the way of what would have been a brain-melting lariat had it connected from the arm of Gore. MidNight trying to get confident. Kendrick Gore able to answer back, and now Gore using his incredible strength. Again, this is what horror movies are made of. You see a man this big that can move like that. MidNight able to trip him up. MidNight trying to go for a grounded kick. Gore back up to his feet, boxes the ears, and now Gore just letting loose on MidNight. Got him by the throat. Gore and the striking game. I don't think MidNight will be able to compete with him on that front. Gore again. MidNight able to stay on his feet. Gore, more strikes coming. Gore with a knee strike finally takes MidNight down. But not for long. Gore back to his feet. MidNight somehow staggered to his. One of the things that we learned unequivocally about MidNight's time as Raw champion, it's 2 count there, is that he never gives up and he always has something extra in the bag. So Gore needs to be prepared for that eventuality. MidNight able to fight out of the corner. Because the question is, what does MidNight have today? Can he go for the springboards? Is he gonna go off the top rope? Is he gonna go for the weapons? This time he goes for the German suplex, and it connects. Somehow MidNight is always quicker than you think. He's stronger than you think. Somehow MidNight is always just a little bit better than you think he is. Gore sends him out of the ring. Gore still wearing the terrifying mask and towel around his head. And remember, the rules of the underground match: pinfall, submission, or knockout anywhere in the arena. And Gore going for it early with a Saito suplex on the outside. We're seeing underground matches becoming more and more in vogue here on Evolution this season. And it makes a lot of sense why. Most notably, we saw Lancelot and Garrett Gibson square off as part of the 3 strikes match. Gibson won there. Kendrick Gore using a stop sign. I don't know why we keep having these under the ring. I don't know if there's a stop sign shortage that we're trying to get on the right side of. But somehow, our Evolution wrestlers keep finding uses for them. I don't know whose idea it was. MidNight again, just 1 step behind Gore. And it's so rare to see MidNight in this kind of position. A man that you're used to seeing 1 step ahead of everybody, as he was during his reign as Raw champion. A reign that I doubt will be surpassed anytime soon. If Santanico couldn't do it, I don't know who can. Gore with a big knee strike, and now Kendrick Gore taking his time in the ring. MidNight to his feet. This is confidence from the RD7 enforcer. And now MidNight gets back into the ring to meet him, and Gore watches as MidNight fans on the kick, and Gore once again goes to work. Kendrick Gore, big sidewalk slam on the backbreaker, and now Gore sends MidNight out. Kendrick Gore, tope suicida. The massive Kendrick Gore just flew through the air at the former Raw champion. Gore sends MidNight back in. Gore constantly changing the field of battle here. It's a great strategy in my opinion. Powerbomb position, powerbomb from Gore, hangs on. Gore transitions into a Samoan drop. This is utter domination by this absolute beast of a man. MidNight trying to shake some consciousness back in. MidNight, this time he gets Gore up. MidNight with a power bomb. Gore's overconfidence hurt him. Somehow he kicks out at 1. I don't know how that happens. But MidNight right back to the attack. MidNight trying to use that athleticism, but again it lets him down. That is one thing that MidNight absolutely does have over Kendrick Gore. Look at the strength. I told you, MidNight always has something else. There's always something a little extra in the tank for the former Raw champion. You didn't think that he could toss Kendrick Gore over his head like that? Think again. MidNight lights him up in the corner. Now MidNight with the springboard moonsault. That one connects. It's the first cover of the match for MidNight, and it's a good one. 2 count. MidNight, he had the momentum, but look at this. Lady Victoria allows Kendrick Gore to come back with a backstabber. MidNight getting too emotionally involved, and he pays for it. Kendrick Gore once again on the offensive. Kendrick Gore's strength is just terrifying to behold. He's tossing MidNight around like he weighs about 10 pounds. MidNight, by the way, for this match, weighed in at 268 pounds. Kendrick Gore is having his way. Again goes for the spear through the ropes, and MidNight uppercuts him. MidNight going for the leg, went for the inside, that flabby part on the inside of the thigh. That'll give you a dead leg real fast, and now MidNight just sets Kendrick Gore on the top. MidNight tosses him over. MidNight tossed Kendrick Gore to the ground, and now MidNight's gonna fly himself, diving double foot stomp. MidNight is taking control. What a performance. MidNight somehow still in this match. I don't know how. And tossing his body around like that, he may not be in this thing for much longer. But he doesn't need to be in this thing for a long time. Just needs to be in here long enough to win. And now MidNight going after a table. Gore back on his feet, and he caught MidNight by surprise. A rare mistake from the Raw champion, and now Kendrick Gore again. With a striking combination featuring quickness that should not be possible for a man this size. Gore transitions, power bomb into the lung blower. Again, just tossing MidNight's body around like he weighs 10 pounds. MidNight with a massive headbutt to answer. Gore's strength may be otherworldly, but MidNight's toughness can only come from the underground. MidNight has Gore in position, suplex through the table. MidNight has pulled it off. Gore, for the first time, looks vulnerable. MidNight with a Meteora. Through the wreckage of the table. Follows it up with a senton. Boy, how good is MidNight? This is what a Raw champion looks like. There's a case to be made that the Raw title is the single greatest title on earth in terms of wrestling quality, and this is exactly what I mean. You can see MidNight has donned some claws himself. I don't know if he got those from underneath the ring, but he went claws first into Gore's throat several times. MidNight is going for pain here on Kendrick Gore, and why shouldn't he? Gore and Reaper District 7 cost MidNight a shot at the Apex Championship. MidNight with a guillotine. It will end the match out here. But Kendrick Gore able to free himself. Just pure strength. Gore's elbow. MidNight steps aside, but he's caught again by this combination. One that Gore seems to favor, and MidNight has not found an answer for yet. He did find an answer for that right hand. MidNight, power bomb position, Liger bomb, and MidNight hangs on, but Gore kicks out at 1. Gore back to his feet, avoids the kick. MidNight might have been thinking to go low. Kendrick Gore caught him with a suplex instead. Business has picked up in this contest as both men have foregone any idea of tactics or strategy. It is now throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. MidNight's right hand counter, Gore's right hand counter. MidNight turns him around, trips him up. Gore's head went straight into the stairs. It doesn't matter because he sent MidNight leg first into the steel steps. The strength of Kendrick Gore on full display, but MidNight's toughness, as always, is the story. MidNight's toughness has always been the talking point back from when he was the Raw champion. Kendrick Gore again goes underneath the ring, gets himself the kendo stick. MidNight saw it coming. MidNight tosses him up, and a heavy right hook. Now MidNight goes after the Cane himself. Gore out of the way. Gore went for the sword of discord and was blocked. That discus lariat was not. Kendrick Gore lays him out. Gore, no. MidNight used the kendo stick to block the sword of discord. Kendrick Gore lays him out with the lariat. MidNight stays alive. Now Gore going for more strikes. MidNight using the ropes to keep himself upright. Belly-to-belly suplex countered. MidNight answers back. Right hands, Yankee Destroyer. And MidNight telling Kendrick Gore, you think that's enough? Not today. MidNight makes the cover. Gore kicks out. One could say that maybe the taunt wasn't worth it. Not that it matters. Boot to the gut. Kendrick Gore turns him around in a knee strike. MidNight, I think, was going for the sleepwalker. Kendrick Gore might be telling him it's all over. Gore, sword of discord, but MidNight caught him. MidNight gets him up. Sleepwalker! MidNight has done it! MidNight has done it! Now what happened? Lady Victoria happened! Lady Victoria disrupts the count. MidNight has to go back to work. Unbelievable. MidNight had this match won. No one kicks out of the sleepwalker. Sword of discord. Kendrick Gore backs him up, lays it in. No! MidNight survives the sword of discord. But Kendrick Gore still on top. And Gore, tombstone pile driver. Kendrick Gore, middle of the ring. Gore locks the arms up. And Kendrick Gore has defeated the former Raw champion. It was all over. MidNight's sleepwalker was enough. It is enough against anyone. But Lady Victoria, who had been biding her time, finally decides to get involved. And that's how she does it. Wins the match for Kendrick Gore. And Gore walks out 2-0 in a win, however tainted, over the greatest Raw champion of all time. Reaper District 7 somehow looks even more dangerous. Folks, Winterfest, as it always is, the greatest holiday party on earth, and it goes down right here on GAW in December, so make sure you subscribe. Winterfest is going to be a holiday party unlike anything you've ever experienced, I can promise you that. And part of what makes it so is the Challenger briefcase ladder match. Yes, it returns. 6 men vying for one briefcase that allows them an opportunity at any title in general admission wrestling. But the hook this year, 3 men from Storm, 3 men from Evolution. It's the first time ever that the two promotions will fight for the same challenger briefcase. Who will it be, and who will get that briefcase? You'll just have to watch Winterfest to find out. Did it in a battle royal to earn him this opportunity. Max Ultimate stunned the world by eliminating 3 men, including the returning Oliver Parker and the man who was very quickly deemed the favorite to win. Ultimate eliminated him en route to earning this match, but he'll need to stun the world one more time.
Show me the product, we could've done it. Everything going crazy, so I'ma get it. And I just wanna move on and not regret it. But the past is too dark, I just can't forget it. Securing the nails in the coffin. I don't get this feeling too often. You made me this way, we'll soften. I'm done now, and this is your caution.
Kurt Andrews is fond of saying, no one better. And in terms of the number of times he's held the Apex Championship, that is unfortunately true. There is no one better than Kurt, who has held it 3 times in its short history. Kurt Andrews has made it happen. And as duplicitous and dirty as he may be, he is still one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And no one has invented and reinvented themselves more than Kurt Andrews. The man who came in and people loved him. People absolutely loved Kurt Andrews, but now you listen and you see, and people despise the Apex champion. And I gotta say, with pretty good reason. But will he be the Apex champion after tonight? We'll just have to find out. It's main event time. Happy Halloween, everyone. Here's a main event present. Here we go. Ultimate strikes first with a big uppercut, and he's taking his momentum forward into a DDT. Ultimate early cover on the champ, and it's an early kick out. Ultimate is going to have to control the pace here. It's so difficult to do against Kurt Andrews, a man who, as we know, is one of the most talented athletes in Evolution, but so is Max Ultimate. And if we had a most improved award, and maybe we will by the end of this season, there is no doubt in my mind that Max Ultimate would be on the short list to win it. There is no way that Max Ultimate at this time last year would be anywhere close to the abilities of the Apex champion. But on this occasion, he certainly is. Andrews, look at the athleticism on full display. Massive Frankensteiner off the top, and it's a 1 count. Andrews has gone from the lovable pirate man to this detestable, just despicable person, and Max Ultimate takes him down. Springboard moonsault, the height of Max Ultimate. Andrews answers. And it's just like Kurt Andrews, isn't it? He watches Ultimate do that, and the first thing he thinks is, I can do it too. Andrews slides in with a neck breaker. Andrews showcasing every bit of his athleticism and speed. But let's not forget this. If Andrews does defend successfully, it's Eddie Hernandez waiting in the wings, because Takahashi, a member of Team Hernandez, won the Rookie of the Year tournament. Ultimate hoping that Andrews doesn't get far enough to be able to worry about Hernandez. Ultimate with a springboard splash, and Max Ultimate even more in the tank for the young man from Boston. In his second year, he's improved leaps and bounds as he improved enough to become the Apex champion. Kurt Andrews is fond of saying no one better. And as we said, when it comes to Apex title reigns, it's true. But we gotta face the reality that there is almost no one better in the ring than Kurt Andrews. Springboard moonsault, and that's exactly what I mean. He doesn't get enough credit for how smart he is. And that's his own fault entirely. Ultimate able to free himself from what looked like a triangle hold, and now Ultimate looking to get Hernandez stuck in that corner where Ultimate, he has so many different attacks that he can leverage out of a corner position. He goes with none of them. Instead, Ultimate, big run up into the knee. Ultimate trying to make Andrews think, and he did too. Ultimate. He's making some progress, but more needs to be done. Springboard moonsault, and Andrews out of the way. Andrews right into the cover off the missed moonsault, 1 count. Andrews, just a bad person. That's the only way I can describe it. But look at this, able to light up Ultimate, multiple strikes, about a dozen. Springboard moonsault to a standing Max Ultimate. And more to come. Andrews is so dangerous. Standing Spanish fly. And that's what I mean. The athleticism cannot be ignored. What a DDT by Andrews. Spikes Ultimate. Kurt Andrews. Ultimate thought that he was going in. Nearly had that, but Max Ultimate right back to his feet. Ultimate fires back. Kurt Andrews back on top. Vicious DDT, but Ultimate has stayed alive here. Ultimate float over, looking for a DDT, but Kurt Andrews was fast enough. You can see the fan support behind Max Ultimate. But Kurt Andrews doesn't care about the fans. Andrews is as skilled as they come, and he's coming off the top with a huge forearm. More to come. Andrews is just trying to take over with his speed now. Ultimate back up to his feet. He went for a forearm. Andrews ducks underneath it. Everything that Ultimate's tried in the last few minutes, Andrews has countered, but somehow Ultimate's kicking out at zeros. Even Andrews doesn't understand how he's doing it. Still more in the bag offensively for Kurt Andrews. We haven't seen him go for the Phoenix Splash. We haven't seen him go for the Shooting Star. We haven't seen him go for the Light the Torch. And we haven't seen him go for the Eye of the Storm. He does go to throw Max Ultimate off the top rope, as again, he foils another comeback attempt from Max Ultimate. Andrews, single underhook, and he went for a knee, I think to the jaw. Ultimate has a long road to climb back to try to get into this match. Andrews going up top, and now Kurt Andrews, there it is! Andrews with a corkscrew moonsault. Kurt Andrews hooks the leg, no! We've seen him do it before. Ultimate can't play defense, but he sure can continue to showcase his toughness. And Andrews, I think, might be starting to exhaust his arsenal of offensive moves. Ultimate just trying to will himself back in. Andrews, even more DDT. Kurt Andrews just letting it fly now. Ultimate. And somehow, Ultimate's still staying alive, but how long can he hang on against the Apex champion? As Andrews just more and more went over the top. Ultimate ducked underneath. Ultimate still trying to stay in this thing, but he's caught. As Ultimate tried to fire himself up, Andrews again jumps on the offensive. Jumping knee, Andrews hooks the leg. Ultimate again. hangs on, and Andrews once again going into it. What can Max Ultimate do? How can he hang on? Andrews has just been dominant, and again going for that knee. Ultimate this time gets out of the way. Ultimate unleashes with the chop and takes him down. Max Ultimate trying to get something going here, and maybe the ground game could do it. Ultimate not really known for his traditional wrestling abilities, but maybe that's something else he's been working on. Springboard moonsault. Finally, Max Ultimate is getting himself involved offensively, and he's going for a cover, his first in what seems like hours. 2 count. So obviously the damage is being done, but so far, I would dare to say it hasn't been enough. Ultimate's gonna have to do a lot more, and he's on a razor's edge. One more move from Kurt Andrews could prove fatal to Ultimate in this title match. Not that Max even cares as he flies off the top of the Hurricane Rana, and Ultimate's gonna take to the skies again. Moonsault, but Andrews saw it coming. Andrews going back to his methodical work, just dominating Max Ultimate in this contest. Andrews once again goes over the top for the neck breaker. Softening up Ultimate, I think, for the eye of the storm, but Ultimate went after Andrews. Andrews was fast enough on that occasion. Andrews gonna fly with the knee strike. That is what makes Apex champions, but it's a 1 count. Ultimate is still in this thing. Kurt Andrews hoping that he can finally drive all of the life out of the challenger as Andrews hooks in the cloverleaf. And is this finally too much for Max Ultimate? No! Ultimate stays alive. And the fans just trying to will him on. Ultimate trying to do what he can, but he's sent over the top. Andrews just throws him over, but he's caught with a knee. Max Ultimate, I think he's starting to really understand that he's got to make a move right now. And this armbar, it may not be effective in winning, but it's a big morale boost if he gets Kurt Andrews to tap. Unfortunately for him, Andrews, he's just too good. And now Andrews lights him up, thrust kick. We're seeing why Andrews is the Apex champion. Ultimate jawbreaker. And a knee to the jaw. Andrews is the Apex champion for a reason, but Max Ultimate has shown incredible toughness. Andrews back in. Ultimate ducks underneath the right. Knife edge chop. Ultimate. Max Ultimate's getting his way into this match. German suplex. It feels like they've been fighting for hours, and Max Ultimate finally has an opening, but it's only a 1 count. You've got to stay with it, though. You have to stay on top of the Apex champion. Andrews just rises to his feet, powers through the strike, and a springboard moonsault. How good is Kurt Andrews? That's it. And is this finally enough to break Ultimate's back? It's not. Ultimate hangs on. Andrews again. This time it's a flatliner. Ultimate was prepared for the neck breaker, and Andrews switched it up on it. Andrews. It's despicable, but it is effective. The way he fights. It's disrespectful and unsportsmanlike. Andrews turned Ultimate around with a thrust kick. Andrews pulls him back into a standing Spanish fly. Andrews' athleticism is unmatched. Hooks the leg, and Kurt Andrews, after a war, has taken out Max Ultimate. And Ultimate so very nearly had this match. Andrews again, unsportsmanlike as always. Andrews defends the Apex Championship. But the real story here is the toughness and grit of Max Ultimate. The fans booing Andrews, and I think they want to see Ultimate back. Andrews leaves the ring, and Max Ultimate gets the standing ovation he deserves. Ultimate fell just short on this occasion, but you can see the appreciation for what he's done. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's Oliver Parker. Oliver Parker has come back, and Parker, Ultimate can do nothing about it. Parker with the code breaker. Oliver Parker is back. Ultimate eliminated him from the Battle Royal. Oliver Parker hasn't forgotten. Trueborn. And Oliver Parker has come back to assault Max Ultimate. Trueborn again. He was collecting all of the admiration and congratulations from the fans. And Parker with a despicable attack on a man who just went through absolute war. There is no lower low than what Oliver Parker has sunk to today. Parker has ruined what was Max Ultimate's greatest achievement to this moment.